Shush. Shush. Shush.
Shut
Go on.
up.
Keep going. Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today, we have got with us Amanda. Oh, my Chrome has crashed.
No!
There we go. I don't know what happened then. It's not responding, but I can see you all and hear you all. We've got Amanda. Clear. We've got Jeff.
Hi.
We've got Math Pig. We've got Seraphine.
Hellos.
And we have, for the very, very first time, Ox.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Ox is here. No, I think you should change his name on screen, though, Dave, from Ox to no longer Keyboard Warrior.
No.
No.
Okay. He is a welcome guest here for this show. We will not abuse him till the next one.
Okay, you have to be next to the first one.
Oh, well, if I can give you abuse, I'm out.
Hold on.
So I have to be nice to
Hold
him.
on.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Can I just say, did any of us granted that courtesy? Because I don't remember it.
No.
Exactly.
That's because Dave doesn't like us.
I have been working on Ox for about 2 weeks to get him on stream, all right? He's supposed to come on my channel first, and I let Dave take his virginity. So like, this is a big thing. We have to be nice to him.
Look at Dave popping cherries.
If we traumatize him...
It's different on here because it's just like, it's like we play a game and we're just casually chatting. It's not like
This is kind of like easing him into it. This is the lube. Never mind. This is easing him into it.
I'm sure lube will come up in one of the questions later on. It's like a law of nature in this show.
I'll have
See,
you
the
know...
moment with you saying that, that's like someone on this panel's like, challenge accepted.
I will not use any lube on this show.
So we need to bite the pillow. You're going in dry.
This show, there's a caveat on this show, that we caveat at the end. So lube is allowed on other channels, just not your own.
Again, bite the pillow. He's going in dry.
Right, given that the pigsty is going into Planetary tomorrow.
Are you coming, Dave? Are you going to be on the stream? At least I need somebody.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Ox
Okay.
going to be there.
Honey, I know you're.
Why would you be there?
Fuck you
She's
both.
an astrophysicist.
Is Ox going to be there?
Ox, are you going to be there?
Let's see how today goes.
Yeah, we have to be nice to them.
Yeah, you'll never want to
I
come
know I
back on the
wasn't asked
block.
and I don't count, but I'll try to be in the audience.
Oxford. I come
I'm
back on
upset
you
I'm not going to get any abuse.
after this.
No abuse.
Yeah. He
See,
lied
the
to
thing,
you.
the thing
He
for
lied
that
to
is
you.
if you start liking the abuse, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
First question.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
More smart.
Yeah,
more
let's
smart.
have a question.
Who's echoing? No one. Okay. Right. First question.
Right,
Question.
that's
What?
it's not them two. It's someone else. Say they're Ox or Jeff or me.
It's probably you.
Shouldn't be me.
It shouldn't be me. I got headphones on.
I'd have
So
turned the
do I,
volume
and I don't have
down.
to stream.
I've turned the volume down. Fuck off. Moving on.
Right. Question 1463. Excluding people, what would you miss most if you were thrown back in time 300 years?
Who said I've missed people?
It was easier than Manda answering Angel and Mathpig answering Elena.
Or each other.
Duh.
Um,
I'm tempted to go with Ox first.
Me?
Yeah.
I kind of like the old days. I'd probably enjoy the hell out of it.
But you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't miss. I can't think what you wouldn't have 300 years ago from a newspapers or cars.
Nah, I like horses.
You like horses? In the internet.
Well,
You think you could live without it?
oh, I could, whether I would want to or not.
Math Pig?
Come back to me. There's a few. Combustion engine.
Combustion engine. JCB.
I like
Amanda?
to drive fast.
You like to drive. Riding on a horse is quite cool, and especially if you get a low chariot type thing, right there on the ground.
No, very fast, very fast. Even Elaine's been at 120. She likes fast.
Robbie.
You should try doing it on water.
Quit doing faster, Daddy. You have to do what your daughter tells you.
No, you don't. You yelling at the fucking moving the dog.
Okay, Dave, stop getting me shouted at. Please ask another person an answer.
Crafty says the interwebs. Sarcastic Barman says decent beer.
That's
And
gonna be my answer. Cold beer.
Bump beer. A
What did he
fridge.
say, Ox?
What did I do?
You burped. What did we say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the mic was on.
I figured you did it on purpose. Someone's a beer.
You say more tea, Vicar. Better
Chad
out
sa-
than them.
What can I say?
yeah.
I got busted. What can I say?
More beer. Chad says nothing. I would be their god. I'm basically a wizard and I like playing in the woods. I would miss chatting with nerds though. Yandere
I'm sure you can find their equivalent thereof of nerds. So
yeah, but they'd all be alchemists.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think nerddom back then would actually be a lot more fucking cool.
Yeah,
In
you'd be
some
an
respects.
alchemist.
Yeah.
You'd be an alchemist, yeah.
Or a heretic.
Dave did ask something like this, something similar before in the quiz. It was like, what would you bring back if you went back?
That
I
was
think
what
it
you
was
would take
500.
back.
Pardon?
Yeah, it required Manda to lose her Wi-Fi connection for you to admit that you wanted to take back a tank or a jet.
No. Well, originally what I was taking back was your server room full of all the information. And then you wouldn't let me do that. So I went with a tank.
Yandere says anime. Yuhan says modern medicine. I would miss Wikipedia.
That was gonna be mine, medicine, because I need my antidepressants at the very least.
If you're having a bad day, you can just go out and kill somebody. It's
Yeah.
300 years ago. Nobody would miss anyone.
My thing is,
yeah,
I'm
I
usually
think
not wanting
it's,
to hurt
I think-
anyone else. So
You could probably, I'm gonna say, forensic science. It wasn't quite what it is today, like 300 years ago. So
that is
you'd
true, and I
probably
do
be
watch a
okay.
lot of true crime stuff. So I'd probably be able to get away with a lot of shit in the past.
Yeah.
Turns out, serpents Jack the Ripper. That was a test run.
God damn it! Stop telling anybody. I told you that. You meanie. Just give away all my fucking secrets. Jesus.
Demon
Well,
Horns.
I've got to say, I've never seen Seraphim and Jack the Ripper in the same place at the same time, so the theory holds up to me.
Yeah. You've never seen me and Iron Man in the same room either. Just letting you know.
Mhm.
See, the thing about that is the Iron Man doesn't give a shit who knows who he is. So you can't be Iron Man. You have to be someone else.
Batman.
I am Batman.
Yeah, maybe he's Batman.
Batman.
I'm choking. Demon Orc.
Don't die.
Still choking. Demon Orc says space travel. Ricardo says proper porn.
Yeah, actually, porn without pox marks would be a lot fucking. That would be people would miss that.
That is true.
I don't know. Chad says I'd be a druid. Sarcastic. Bomber said, who you killed might affect the timeline, butterfly effect and all. You couldn't just randomly kill people. Kill some kings. Sure, that would make any
Again, there's no
difference.
proof that I killed anybody. Just saying.
4 second. Is there only a 4-second delay? I'm quite impressed if there's only a 4-second delay, given how badly my computer's responding.
4 seconds? I usually get a fucking 30-second.
Do you know if you run it at ultra fast?
Let's not tech talk.
Manda.
Well, I was going to say interwebs, that was stolen. And then Ricardo took porn. So I would say just like being able to use basic logic and science, because I'd just be burned as a witch. Or, women's rights, being able to be a person, not property, I guess. So, that.
That's a good one.
Would no one miss a toilet?
Yeah. Dildos. Good dildo. Good vibrators.
Dildos have been around for a long time.
I corrected myself and said vibrators. Shut up.
I think we could put together a little steam engine with a vibrator on the end of it.
Yeah, piston driven
thing.
thing.
The massage one, Dave.
The Hitachi wand. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that one.
The old,
You
the old
can't write that shit.
It could be like you could have like a chugging sound on it, and then like the whistle, like an old steam train,
Well, apparently the first vibrator was invented in like the 1800s, so vibrators would have been back then, just not really.
And that was a giant thing used by doctors.
Is a scientist. All she needs is a bevel on the end of something that spins, and motors have been around for a long time. You just have a magnet inside of some metal. She will make a dildo.
Well, exactly, but like back then, when women were hysterical, they gave them orgasms to calm them down because reasons.
I want to know why they didn't do that for men.
Because men can do it themselves, but women touching themselves is naughty.
Oh, I see.
Did I miss something or what?
You didn't know?
Apparently not.
Men masturbating is just men being men. Women doing it is just pure evil.
Exactly.
I should have known that, because it's like men are allowed to sleep all around them with all these hookers of the day, but you don't want your daughter being a hooker or anything like that because they're awful. Can't take that home to mommy.
Unless you're sending your daughters out to satiate an entire town to save the angels,
or selling them for it. Yeah. So if the dad decides to do it, it's perfectly fine. But if the daughter herself decides, bad.
Well, I have to say that's what's good about the progression in real life, because the worst Panda ever gets is on Dave's channel, and my mother's in the chat watching, so I did bring it home to mommy.
Is there a precedent under the UN Wars Crimes Tribunal for mass genocide of angels? Is there any legal precedent for that?
No.
That's a fucking relief.
Sarcastic Barman says, give men 2 paper clips and an elastic band and we'll find a way to fuck it.
I was like catapult, mini tiny catapult to annoy someone.
That's that's why MacGyver was a man,
No, in that case with the catapult, he'd make a catapult out of it, fling shit with it, then fuck it.
Donna says she's evil, and Barman says, a good key opens lots of locks. A good lock only lets one key open it.
The fuck?
Purity culture.
Yeah, I know. Is there anything?
How we got where we got to, I don't know, because people are missing vibrators. Right, has anyone miss anything sane?
It's Dave's channel. Dave, it's your channel. Like, come on, the fuck. Like,
why are you so fucking surprised, Dave?
Thank you, yeah.
especially with at least Amanda, Robbie, and myself on here. Yeah. Why are you fucking weirded out by it?
I am so innocent. I am innocent.
So basically, is there anyone other than Dave who has yet to answer this yet?
Yeah, Dave.
Waiting.
I asked whether or not.
If you read the chat, Dave, I'm smacking you.
Barman wants to point out that
Oh
he
my
was
God,
it was a joke. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Well, you didn't read my sane answer. Oh, there was another sane answer. Shit. No, what I was going to ask was, did anyone else have an answer?
Yeah, Dave, you have an answer, so you should tell us.
I'll answer in a second.
Yeah, Dave, answer.
There's Ox.
Ox, you're picking this game up really quickly, I've got to say.
He's been
Oxford-
listening. He listens to Manda.
Yeah.
That's why. It's very clear that he listens to Manda.
It's not the ass you kick, it's not the ass you kiss, it's how well you kiss it.
I mean, at least you're honest.
Oh, Manda's going to love you.
Yes, I really love Ox, but listening to Manda is usually a pretty good way to live. So, ask Robbie.
Button push. Button push. Button push.
I've been married too long. Yes, here goes a long way.
Happy wife, happy life, Ox, yeah.
And doing Jar Jar impressions is a good way to shorten your life expectancy.
Do you know what I discovered today?
Check Godless Scummer in the private chat.
Do you know what I discovered today? You know what I discovered today? This is brilliant.
What did you discover?
He's on Cameo.
Oh God! What?
You can get him. You can get him. You can get him to say whatever you want.
How did you discover that? Why?
I'm assuming someone told him so he could troll the people that don't like Jar Jar.
Jeff Scott.
I'm having evil thoughts.
No.
Right, two things. Right, first, he never again said her dog, and I missed that. I do apologise. And she also said that Ox would not need the internet if he had a horse.
What?
I'm not sure what that was trying to imply.
Catherine the Great of you.
Yeah, you were talking about the internet and porn in the chat, and now yeah.
Or a
Pick your
sheep,
moments
you know,
up.
depending on where you're at. If you have like a horse or sheep or cow.
I don't know where you're going. Down to the farm, maybe.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm innocent.
Horses are everywhere. Donna says Dave would miss vibrators too. I have no idea what you're talking about. Barman says Dave would miss his ball and the thing he sits on. Doorknobhead says, how long do you kiss it like bottom of the bottom worm low? I'm assuming that's back to the bottom kissing.
Doorknobhead does know how low it goes.
Right, I think I'd be hard pushed to beat the internet. My server room would do me with a copy of Wikipedia.
I'm not allowed to fucking server room with you. I have to.
Because it's my server room.
I'm a time traveler. I can clearly transport things.
See, Dave, if MathPig just happens to find your server room 300 years in the past, finders keepers.
We're not talking about what we'd take back. We're talking about what we'd miss.
Yes.
I know, but still.
Right. Next question, I think. Question 1464. What is something you admire about your best friend?
I don't know, Dave. You don't do much, like.
I am so not your best friend.
I don't have much. Manda would be my best friend, but she shows me boobs, so that takes it to a different level. So I'm left with you.
You admire her boobs.
No, I said she gets out her boobs. That makes it different.
Jeff.
Don't know. Knows when not to fucking bother me. Just quite frequently.
That works. Sarah?
I don't have one.
You do.
I can't think of one.
I could think of one.
You can?
Yeah.
You should tell me so I know.
What the one that takes you somewhere?
Oh, her? Yeah, she's She's a hoe like me. That's what I admire about her.
Fair enough.
We do hoe things together.
Never
Sounds
again
very
says. Say again.
I says that sounds very hoish.
It's very
That's
wholesome.
because it is.
Wholesome. Oh, that. Sorry,
Yes,
missed
it's
it.
wholesome.
That's
Wholesome.
Yes, wholesome. Very wholesome.
Doorknob says something I admire about my best friend. They are dead. Too dark. Too late. That's sad. Chad says, legit, I don't have a best friend. Not anymore. Long story. You have to have a best friend. You have to... It's not that you have to have... the person of the set of people you have as friends who you like the most.
I don't like any of you guys.
I can answer honestly, but I don't want to make Dave's head too big. It's already the entire thing on the screen.
Never again says the ability to tolerate and love me at the same time, which probably wouldn't happen if we lived in the same area and not 3 states away from each other. Yandiri says you don't have friends. Then who are we? Ox.
People who feel sorry for us.
See, Mathpig, you can say it. Just pretend it's not about Dave.
Talk about Brian.
Yeah.
He's intelligent.
His bugginess. Harmonica Man says my friend has a great sense of humour. Ox.
What?
What's something you admire about your best friend?
It'd have to be honesty.
Excellent.
Did you do honest?
Is that Mrs. Ox? Hello, Mrs. Ox. Thank you for pushing him in the direction and helping him get here.
Damn mute.
Oh, we wanted to say hi.
Next time we have a couple stream, Mrs. Ox and Ox. Yeah.
She can't hear you.
You're just killing Mathpig's dreams. How could you?
You are. Tusk says his ability to both fascinate and disgust airport security with his many, many genital piercings. Yandiri says you are TV people. Come on the show. Donoped says good sense of humour is pretty good. Robbie.
Your ability to help people at the detriment of yourself. And
I am not.
At the, well, shut your fucking ass for an answer. Don't make me type kick in the chat and kick you.
Go on.
You've ruined my trail of thought now. You're a dick. You want to move on? No.
Yeah.
He admires his best friend's inability to admit that he is in fact his best friend.
Yeah.
No.
You admire his humility. That's what you admire. That's it.
See, Dave doesn't. Well, Dave knows that he's my best friend, but it's just because I've got a lack of options. You know, it's like it's one of those things. Like, but, no,
it's a bad pick out of a bad bunch.
His ability to constantly give, his ability to help people at the detriment of himself, and I've been texting Dave, and he's on fucking screen doing this quiz with a fucking smile on his face after 2 hours, and people are just rambling on. And I'm looking at Dave going, that man needs it. And he just sits there for another 35 minutes and keeps everybody happy. And I know for a fact that he's sitting there suffering and fucking pain. And that's just the small amount of things that Dave does. The software that we use, the things that we do.
That's just the times when I'm on here.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. No. You're a good guy, Dave. And when it comes down to it, you always say, you're always honest when it needs to be said.
And take the damn compliment, Dave.
I'm shutting up. Right, Ginger Nation, thank you.
Oh, is Ginger here?
Yeah.
Quentin, send him a love, man. Send him a love.
What? Ginger says, no matter what happens to either of us, that we have each other's back, and when one of us cries, we both cry. So basically how close we are. Uhan says, I admire my BF's ability to pivot a conversation on a dime and come back to it. There is pig rage. Crafty says, I admire my best friend's ability to be a cat. That's cheating.
No, it's
Donald
not.
Head says, that was going to be Math Pig's most beautiful speech ever.
And then Dave ruined it.
Just as... Oh, thank you, Uhan, for your super chat, which says hashtag Dave is cool and owes me a dance. I have it written down.
You do realise, Dave. You do realise now you've got to come up with a really good speech to say what a good bloke Math Pig is.
Oh no, I know Kaz is his best friend. It's fine.
But does Cash show him boobs? So how does your logic work?
Dave sees a lot of boobs though.
It's true.
I've completely lost track of the chat. Is it say nice things to Dave Day? Sure, I like that day. You didn't say your best friend has to be human. It's implied in the question.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Manda.
Sense of humor.
That works. Right. I'm going to go with brutal honesty. Right. Next question.
Your brutal honesty is mean sometimes, though. You know that, right?
I was talking about my brutal honesty.
I know, but I'm saying yours is.
So you're your own best friend, Dave. That's very sad.
I'm not honest.
No.
I am not an honest person.
No, Dave holds Dave holds the worst 6% back.
I think the only person I'm brutally honest on is myself. So.
Oh, I try and delude myself constantly.
Or you just forget. I'm not sure that counts as delusion.
Crafty says, don't you oppress me with your human friends. You see, the problem you've got, Crafty, is you have to count us as friends now, so you have to pick the best one out of us. Pick one!
He just wants everybody to pick him.
Oh, not me, no. It's too much pressure. I can't deal with it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Pick someone else so that when there's stress, I can fob you off on that person.
Says Stephen, he's not here, so he can't hold himself responsible.
That's it. So if you get upset,
But Brian's not here either.
Oh, brilliant! Everybody's best friend is Brian. Go there for problems, and anybody in Ireland's friend is go to Stephen for problems. There you go, Dave. You sorted now.
Excellent. It is. I need someone in the UK.
You're not looking my direction.
Jeff is close.
Jeff, that's it, Jeff.
Jeff.
Wait, we're unloading all of our problems on Jeff now?
There is Bacon Earth. Me and Bacon Earth can be best friends because he's not that far away from me. He's only about maybe 40 minutes in the car away from me. So me and Bacon Earth.
The one good thing about coming to me with your problems is
you don't care.
I'll make you feel so fucking rotten about yourself you'll forget what your original problem was.
That's not true. Shut the fuck up, Jeff.
Someone give Jeff a bone. Throw that man a bone.
Jeff is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, you're usually really sweet. Why are you saying that? What the hell?
Because he's someone.
Because I can be a fucking arsehole.
Because he's self-deprecating all the time.
Well, just because you can be an asshole doesn't mean that's all you are.
Everybody direct your attention at the chat.
The chat.
Maya has something very important to say.
So Maya says
Robbie.
She says Robbie. Jeff. Maya says Jeff is clearly the best.
Love you, Maya.
You know, if you hadn't have brought attention to it, he would have made a big thing about it. Like
I wouldn't have.
We would have ignored it because it was.
No, I was about to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Donald says designated best friends in continental zones. Well, the best friend doesn't have to be in the same zone, but it's if you're trying to fob someone off. Never Again says, okay, I'll be blatantly obvious. I don't have a best friend. Fact, you so do. Harmonica Man says,
Hold on
trust.
now, right? Well, you see, I guarantee you there's about 6 different versions of a best friend.
Yeah,
in
I
that.
totally agree. Right, but for this question, excuse me, you just pick from your set of friends the one that you dislike the least.
Well, that's not. No, I do dislike you. So we have to change the definition.
The least, though.
It's the one you dislike the least.
No, that's not you. We need to change the
I'm going to
definition.
say Brian is much less dislikable than me.
Yeah,
But
I
no.
like Brian. Yeah, it's different.
The one you can tolerate for the most amount of time.
No, I don't know. Now we're going down the route of define best friend. Has Ox answered yet? Ox is...
Ox answered.
Yeah, I answered.
I just missed your voice.
Apparently, you weren't listening.
No, I just missed your
He
voice.
does that a lot.
That is not new.
Harmonica Man says trustworthiness has to be right up there. Crafty Keeler says that would be Gizmo, my not stray cat. We're talking about humans.
Wasn't you didn't say it had to be a human, Dave?
Yes, we did. We said numerous times it had to be human.
Not in the question. It's not even implied.
Donald
You
Head says,
know
I think.
Dave's show. It's all about what he says it is, and what he says it is what I tell him to say it is.
And I don't. And I don't really give a flying fuck. So you know,
Right, Donald Head says,
I'm
I
taking
think.
it literally.
I think Maya deserves an OnlyFans show from Amanda for Maya's comment.
I've got a good camera.
Are you offering to be cameraman? Dog says sex problem solved with godless Scummer would be a show I'd tune into.
Who's chewing godless show?
Who the fuck said? Who said what? Who the fuck said what in the chat there?
Sex?
Apparently, you're solving all of everyone's sex problems. Congratulations.
Are you? Oh,
Hello.
just trust me. That is the.
Hi, Jenny.
The only thing I'll say about that is that would be an entertaining show.
I was going to say, at the very least, it would be very entertaining.
In terms of practical advice, it's probably.
Is there a
it's not-
show?
it's not good.
Is there a show, right,
Hello,
we
Jenny.
sit here. I've got an idea for a show. Okay, and the chat can tell me what I think. I think there's an idea for a show where we get me, Robbie, Donna, and Manda sit and ask Jeff. We go through Urban Dictionary and ask Jeff what he thinks the words mean.
I want in on this. That
Try
sounds
if you
fun.
want.
I love you, Jeff, but that sounds fun.
I like that idea. Mostly, I mean, it's all slang. It's all...
Basically just showing up, just to show up how fucking sheltered my existence has been on certain things.
You choose to be sheltered in certain ways.
It would be a learning experience, Jeff. We could show you the world, Jeff.
I'm just thinking that there's got to be people. Oh, I don't know. Right, let's do
Did
Jenny.
you answer, Dave?
I answered yes.
Oh, snap. It's a Jenny.
Jenny, before we go, what is something you admire about your best friend?
What is it that I admire about my best friend?
Yeah.
His honesty.
See, that's what I went with, brutal honesty for my answer.
Yeah, love you.
Now, the thing is, are you guys talking about the same person?
I doubt it.
Highly unlikely.
Probably, but you know.
Dear Jeff, my wife refuses to whip me with barbed wire in the bedroom. What help can you give?
Yeah, this is the
It's
foul
like
run
the
of it.
opposite
You're
of
a
your
fuck-
penthouse.
Yeah. Go and do a Jar Jar Binks impression. You'll get whipped. It might not be the kind of whipping you're looking for, but beggars can't be choosers.
I do have a meme for that, by the way, if anyone wants it.
No.
I wouldn't torture you like that, Amanda. No worries.
Tusk, I've had this name the entire show, so I don't know why you're complaining.
Right. Next question. Ping. Question 1465.
I think the
What?
no. Just go. I'm rambling. I'm thinking out loud.
Question 1465. Is it wrong to give a homeless person booze or drugs?
I don't know. They probably need it more than I fucking do.
Math Pig.
Is it wrong to give a homeless person booze or drugs?
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Does it?
Yes.
On?
Well, the drugs could be a headache tablet. The man could be hungover from the night before.
No. We're not. We're talking about.
We're talking
We're talking
about narcotics, okay?
Yes.
Recreational drugs.
See, again, it goes down to the system. Do you have the injection rooms and the injection houses? Do they have? Are they defined as okay?
Are they defined as okay?
Do we know the person?
Somebody who is physically addicted to booze or drugs.
Yeah.
If they're going to go out and you're looking at them and you know that person has been in prison and come out and has done this time for whatever this, that, and the other, and that you know that they're capable of doing some things, and you've seen them before beat the shit out of somebody to rob them for 20 quid to go and get a heroin hit.
Yeah.
So if you just give them the heroin hit so they don't beat someone, and it's a step towards helping the person moving forward. You're taking it in a very small scene. Is it okay this one time to get a homeless guy high? Is different than is it okay to give this homeless guy drugs as a means to gain trust to work forward to getting him off them? Life is nuanced, Dave. Life is so nuanced.
Yeah, this is.
I think you're thinking too much into it. I think you just the moral, like, you know how some people won't give you
deliberately because
money.
Dave thought I wasn't.
I agree with Math Pig on this. I think there is more nuance to this than a straight or yes or no.
No, the nuance is more on
Sorry,
society's
Amanda.
side, I think.
Yeah. I would say in certain instances I could probably see it being a bit more ethical to give booze or drugs to a homeless person than it is to give money to a homeless charity that where it probably won't go to what it's supposed to fucking do anyway. You know.
Oh, this is my concern. At the end of the day, most people are quite happy to give money to homeless people.
Yeah.
And you equally don't. You may well just be giving them booze and drugs.
Obviously there is the legal issue to consider with drugs because you're supplying once you do that. But
Well, assume you're not. Assume you're giving them the money but you know they're going to spend it.
Yeah, but it's
Well, if that's the case, like even if you just gave them the money, you'd be giving them drugs. You just wouldn't. Typically, you wouldn't knowingly be doing it.
It's plausible deniability from a legal perspective, I suppose.
Exactly.
But even though you've got,
we're talking about legality here. We're talking
moral
about morality,
but
basically.
we're talking about an ethical issue here. Like I said, I don't think there's a straight yes or no to this. It's my answer.
Right. Let me quickly read the chat because there's a lot of opinions there. Firstly, Ginger Nations, thank you for your super chat, $5. Says, thank you for the show today. It's been a long and shite. I'm assuming the day, not the show. Give us time. You are all the MVP in my opinion. Hashtag bring back the mankini. Someone's going to kill you.
no.
Doug says, no, addiction is an illness. Atheist Donna says, nope, whatever keeps them warm. Never again says, it isn't immoral, ethical, but wrong isn't the word I'd use. Tusk says, no, I brought alcohol for homeless people in the past, so they don't spend their own money on it. Crafty says, roll a joint. Never had exclusions in the song. So do you go against the song commands? I don't know the song. Anyone?
I thought the same.
Dawn says, I had a homeless person, to be honest, say, do you have spare change? I have to be honest with you. I'm going to use it for booze. I gave them money for his honesty. Truish story. Hot damn. Are we talking hot damn and laxatives? That sounds evil. Get people help instead of locking them for possession. Totally agree. Never Again says, I gift money when I can afford to and let them choose how to use it. See, this was the thing I came up when I was thinking about this question, was the fact that you making a decision for someone else is very nannying in its own right.
This kind of reminds me of that storyline in season 3 of The Wire with the sort of drug zones where they basically let the dealers, they just effectively legalize drugs in these areas, and then, of course there was all sorts of problems with it, but at the same time there was like addicts were getting stuff like clean needles and stuff, that they weren't getting elsewhere. So so there was pros and cons with that particular approach,
I mean, it's one of those stupid things in this country that we did cover it in a previous question. It's with when they cut police funding. The police have fund things that are auxiliary; they're not primary frontline things. And one of the things they were funding were a drug room where you could go in and you could get fresh needles and you could hit up. That's what it's called. Yeah. Right. And this was saving them a fortune. Just economically, this was saving them a fortune in having to deal with the problem on the streets.
Oh yeah, like I watched a documentary on that. It was like really interesting, and like it did save like a bunch of money, and also it, a lot of people, since they had a safe, clean place to do it, they were better at getting help because they weren't focusing a lot of their time on getting their next fix as well.
Thanks everybody for talking about the first thing I said. Appreciate it, trendsetter.
Thank you, Manda.
Well, let's talk about the fact that
Bitch.
Go on.
Oh, stop taking Manda's side. One against me is bad enough without two is.
I gotta go with the winner.
The winner.
I know I've personally never been homeless before. We don't know what's gotten the person to become, to get to that point. Why begrudge them a little bit of comfort some night? Again, the nanny thing, you have no idea what a person is going through. It shouldn't be about telling them how they should live their life. If it gets them through one night, it gets them through one night. So.
Well, I drove a homeless man across the country and then picked him up the next day and drove him back across the country. And
I was about to read someone's comment about that.
Well, yeah. Well, I was giving nuance. Read the comment then. Go on.
No, it's all right. You go.
The comment just says I gave a homeless man booze in a bed and a free lift across Northern Ireland. I was just giving it a bit of nuance.
Yeah.
I also nearly hit him with my car, but that's his own fault for standing in the middle of a fucking a lay-by. When you go on to a motorway, he decides to stand in the middle of it with his thumb out. Like you join the motorway at 60 miles an hour and you turn the corner and it's like, fuck, there's a man in the middle of the road.
It did get him a ride though, so it worked.
The complete opposite direction. He was aiming for Dublin and I took him from Newry to Londonderry.
As far as you know, he might have actually been trying to go the opposite direction.
Oh no, I do know. I picked him up and then I picked him up again the next morning and drove him back to Newry after giving him some booze and a bed and something to eat. And he left me his little drum, and Alina loves it. She plays with the drum all the time. He was on the show. Carlton had a conversation with him.
Yeah,
cool.
I remember.
Still stupid.
He's nuts. He was nuts. He was lovely.
Yeah, you let him stay in your house. You're an idiot.
Everybody was texting me at the time going, he is going to kill you.
Yes.
Never Again says, I've also given them food on many occasions. Geo Sam says, I wouldn't offer drugs or booze to a stranger, especially anyone who is homeless, with the exception of qualified medical attention / drugs. Never Again says, it's a matter of enabling an addict in their addiction, and if you give them money, they may or may not use it, but it's a gift. I would not ever give them drugs or alcohol.
A lot of the time, like, I don't have cash on me a lot, so there's been a few times, like, especially in Tucson, we had a big homeless problem. We don't really have. I live in the suburbs now, so we don't have that really here. So when I would go into the city in Tucson, and someone would ask, and then they would say, "Oh, I just want to get food," which, sometimes, to be honest, sometimes not. I would just ask them what they wanted and buy them the food, with my credit card or whatever. So.
Tusk says, I've been homeless a few times and was always grateful if someone brought me a few beers. It didn't happen often, but it made my day a bit more bearable.
See?
Dog says, Dear Jeff, my wife refuses to entertain me and wear a Hulk costume in the bedroom while I wear the Batgirl costume. Is it because I'm mixing the comic book universes? Please help.
Please note the question I asked in the chat, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Was that in response?
Answer this one first.
Oh, okay. Dear Jeff, people keep asking me stupid questions about their sex life. Should I tell them just to have some self-respect and jack off?
No.
Your answer, Jeff?
That's the fucking question.
Yes. Have a little bit of fucking self-respect and just go jack off. Fuck's sake.
You can ask healthy sex questions and still be self-respecting, Jeff.
How are either of these questions healthy?
Yeah. There's the floor.
I was typing in the chat for 3 minutes.
Dave, are you kink shaming? That's not nice, Dave. It's not nice to kink shame, Dave.
I'm not kink shaming.
Sure.
Either of the questions
You just said that they were unhealthy.
No, I said the question was unhealthy. Asking about whether or not
the question is about their kinks, though, Dave. That means you're kink shaming.
No, the question was whether or not.
If we have kink shamed anybody, he's kink shaming himself, and I can confidently say that.
No. I'm going to defend Dave here. If they're dumb enough to ask me questions about their sex lives, fuck it, they deserve to get kink shamed.
Right, the question was not about the kink. The question was about whether or not the issue is mixing up comic book universes.
Well, maybe
the question is about giving a homeless person food.
Robbie. Go with this.
Yuhan says, decriminalization of drugs only helps. It eliminates the black market and makes it safer. Right, I'm going to have to skip to where we are. If I've missed anything important, can people re-tag me in it?
Fuck the chat.
Jenny! This is restricted off while we're... Would you give them booze or drugs?
Yes.
Ox!
That's a hard one. I would have to know their backstory before I gave them drugs or booze.
Well, would you give them money that they might use on drugs and booze?
I have in the past.
Money is guilt-free, though.
Yes.
Money is shifting the burden and allows you to not worry about it. That man no, he didn't.
I wouldn't want to give somebody drugs or booze, and then in the back of my mind knowing, well, what if they got drunk and walked out in front of a car? Or is the booze the reason they're homeless?
But the point is, you making a decision for them. You saying that you are making a morally better decision by not giving them it.
My decision would have to be what I felt was better for them. Give them money, get them a meal, help them find a place warm to sleep. Over giving them drugs or booze, yeah.
Okay, well, in that regard, so say that they do get drunk and walk out into the street and get killed that night. Had they not, what they didn't know and what you didn't know was that they had a massive tumor growing inside of them. And within a week's time, they would have had, been going through horrible, an illness and spent the rest of their life suffering. So you just saved them by getting them killed in a car accident. How about that? So you could keep going in layers on that.
Amanda, I like it when that dark side comes out in you.
you giving them the booze was likely not going to be the reason they walked in front of the fucking car in the first place. They were going to do that anyway. Most likely.
I don't know. It's just a touchy one for me.
I'm just saying, there's nuance a million. It's like fucking.
Oh yeah, if is a big word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just personally, I would rather try to find them help for their situation than contributing to it.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Sarcastic Barman says best way to save them is to have free healthcare. In regards to the cancer comment, I think free healthcare. I think the numbers of homeless people in the States in comparison to the US pretty much means that.
Compared to the States and the US.
Yeah. Sorry, between the UK and the US.
Okay.
This is where I go, explanation mark, shushly, or was it woof?
Woof.
Shushly, we're streaming.
Sarah.
You need to get a bounce spot. You need to get a bounce spot.
If the answer is between yes and yes or no, my answer is or.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Manda.
I said yes.
You said yes. See, it is a hard decision, and I think I'd probably err towards yes, just because their life is miserable. They're homeless. I can't imagine a worse situation, and I would like someone to take pity on me and buy me a drink.
Wait, no, my answer is going to be yes, because my or was because if I was depending on whether or not I can afford it. So in the question, I'm pretty sure I can afford it, so my answer is yes.
Excellent. Right. No, I'm missing nothing in particular. The UK has 280,000 homeless. The USA has 550,000 homeless. But we have 20% of the population. Okay, the UK's homeless population is for shit.
Yeah, it is. Has been for a long time.
Yeah, we need to do something about that. Crap, I didn't realise it was so bad.
We used to have one. We used to have one of the. Go back a long time ago. We used to have one of the lowest numbers of homelessness anywhere in the modern world. Now look at this. That's how fucked up. That's how fucked the UK has
Half of
become.
our population in the UK is homeless.
No, we have 20% of the population of the States.
Mm.
That's what he's saying. Not that we have 20%.
Yeah,
we have a fifth of the population, but we've got half the homeless people.
He's saying that proportionately we're worse than the United States.
Oh yeah, I get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
That's-
Just I looked up and I seen homeless, but we have 20% of the population, and I was like, 20% of our population is homeless. No, it's not.
How does that math work, Dave? If a fifth of the population were home,
No, they're not. We have a fifth of the US population.
No, I know, but you were trying to.
I just read it. I read it as it said. Right. Yeah. Too many. No, it's not. Right. Let's go to the next question. Question.
Makes a good point as well. Yeah.
So the UK is number one. Empty houses. Yeah.
Man's gonna stab somebody.
Shut up. Question. 1,466. You are given 48 hours to hide a rubber duck from the FBI on your property. What do you do with it?
Why would I tell you? Then the FBI would know where it's at.
Sorry, go on ahead, sir.
I was like, why would we tell you? The FBI would know where it's at then. Fucking hell.
No, they wouldn't. Tell us.
No, fuck you.
Jenny.
What?
Where would you hide the rubber duck?
I don't know. In the pool?
They'd find it in the pool.
Well, it's yellow. It should be easy.
You're meant to prevent them from finding it.
Buy about 10,000 other rubber ducks.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting way of doing it.
That's what I was thinking.
Why won't we let them see rubber ducks? It seems like that should be a no-brainer.
You've got the 48 hours to hide the rubber duck from the FBI on your property.
Mm-hmm.
Badger says he would post it to me. You're not hiding it on your property unless you're planning on me being there. Tusk said, eat it.
Where have we got a time frame here of 48 hours?
Because they just say you've got time to do whatever you want with it. Bury it.
Dave's quiz. Force fields round dance.
Yeah.
It's Dave's quiz.
It's good. I got a feeling that, like, you know, she should have made it like 24, like, so it could be like a plot line of that series 24. Just
the fact that the FBI is involved, to me, says that there must be an American. So this is taking into account that Amanda is living over here at the minute. So I'm hiding it in her love box. I lost my keys in there about 6 months ago. I had to go get a new.
I can hear you, you know.
Dog says stick it in the wife, and the FBI would be nuts to look there.
Oh, my mother.
Oh, what do you know? There's a rubber duck on the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Neary says, dig a hole near a tree next to the dog poop. Uhan says, still got the lube, I'll hide it. Sarcastic Barman says, I'll blue tack it to the guttering of the roof. Sadie says, hide it in plain sight the pond. It's a rubber duck, they're going to notice that. African Humanist says, I'll hide it in my headgear. Have you seen some of the African headgear? Some are like aeroplanes. I quite like that idea. It's hidden in there. Apparently Badger owns a critical cripple. Spooky says, I would hide it with the bodies. You think they get distracted? Ox said, Ox is here. Ox, where would you hide it?
I'd wrap it in a hamburger and throw it to one of the gators in the pond out back and dare them to go look for it.
That's a good one.
It's not exactly recoverable, though, is it?
You just gotta wait for them to get it out.
We have to bring it back.
You're hiding it. You're not.
Pirates hide treasure.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to booby trap it at whatever I'm hiding it in?
Sure.
Okay, that could be interesting.
It might make them more suspicious. Pork Granny says
bombs and shit on this now.
Shit, you know, we tell you.
I didn't necessarily say bombs. I just said booby traps, but it might involve explosives. It may not.
Pork Granny says hide it in the bathroom. Demon Orb says I'll create a new dimension and hide the duck in the fridge. Oh, why did he create a new dimension if he's going to put the duck in the fridge?
Well, there's a new dimension in their fridge.
Dog says, Dear Jeff, my wife won't let me stick a rubber duck up her hoo-ha. What am I doing wrong? What is...
Mother comes back just to giggle and just go...
Sorry.
Oh, welcome back, Amanda, by the way.
Crying or is she laughing?
I don't know. I think she's broken.
You broke Amanda. How dare you? Oh, she found the rubber ducky.
That's not yellow.
I know it was green. It's because Angel's favorite color was green growing up. So
I know someone's afraid of rubber duckies.
Who? Who?
My friend's husband.
Fair enough.
That's weird.
Never Again says, I'm not telling you my hiding places while typing on the internet.
Exactly. See, someone agrees with me.
Sarah, where would you hide it?
I told you I'm not telling you because they'll find it.
Uh-huh.
oh yeah,
I'm not incriminating myself any further than I have.
Were fancy until she drew all over them.
No, they were Look, she got hold of the pen.
They look very fancy now.
Wash them off.
They look avant-garde.
Yeah, they look really fancy now.
That one's got a pearl necklace.
Does this work? No.
No. Sadie says they probably wouldn't notice the pond, especially if you got lots of plants in the pond and ducks. It's bright yellow.
Do you know there's a shop in Amsterdam that's dedicated to just different types of...
You okay there, Jenny?
Well, if there's baby ducks, some of them are bright yellow, so it might blend in with the babies.
Possibly. Can you hear us, Jenny?
Yep.
Can you hear Ox?
Barely.
That was weird yesterday. He's the loudest person here to me.
It's his deep voice.
It's his deep voice. Ginger Nation says, I'd hide it in Math Pig's mankini.
I already seen there's no room. There's no room.
We'll make room.
You'd have to take a couple pair of those socks out before you'd be able to fit it in his mankini.
But he's not talking about Math Pig's junk.
If you learn how to do a proper stick, there'll be
Stop
plenty of
talking
room.
about my genitals, please. So can we move on?
I need to write a new question. Badger says, Dear Godless Scummer, I've been sent bats. Give sex advice. I'm completely at a loss to that one.
Like baseball bats, the small fuzzy mammal bats, the big ass bats that'll like eat your face. Batman.
No idea. Don't know.
Baseball bats?
I don't
Cricket
know.
bats?
Cricket bats.
Need more information. Does not compute.
There you
Give
go,
input.
Badger. They can't answer your sex question because you haven't told them what sort of bats.
I can answer it.
Depending on the sort of bats. Dawn Up Head says, put it in the bathtub. The FBI isn't the department that deals with rubber ducks. They do if it was wanted for a murder. Geo Sam says, put a bushy moustache and glasses to disguise on it and name it George.
George is a spider's name.
The dog apologises to Manda for breaking her. Tusk says, wait, I have 48 hours. Why am I hiding it in my house? Because they've got car outside. They'll search you as you're leaving. Demon Orb says, hide it in a flurf's head. How do you convince a flurf to come to your house?
What are we hiding, by the way?
A rubber
You're
ducky.
asleep. A rubber duck.
The rubber ducky, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Do we have
Right.
to sing the rubber ducky song from Sesame Street when we're doing it?
I had just that song in my head. I had
What
that
the hell
in
is the rubber ducky song?
Rubber ducky,
Rubber ducky,
you're the one,
you're the
squeaky,
one.
squeaky. You can make bathtub lots
Having
of
so
fun,
much
squeaky,
fun.
squeaky.
Rubber ducky, you're awfully fun. You
Yeah.
do.
Rubber
See,
ducky
when you
song.
said the rubber duck song, I thought you were talking about the Lemonade song.
I don't know that song.
The
How'd
fuck?
you go from rubber duck to lemonade?
Because it's a
It's
duck
Dave.
that's singing. It's a duck that's singing it.
They're both yellow.
He goes along and asks a lemonade stand for a grape.
What's the
You
next
don't know that
question?
song? Wait,
I thought that was a joke, not a song.
No, it's a song. Kaz will link it shortly. She's not paying attention. You bored of this question? So Kaz will link it. Badger says they can try searching me as I'm leaving. 1, they don't know where the exit is. 2, I will bite them. Then you will get arrested and we'll never see you again. They'll put you in a hole in the ground.
Well, no, they have internet in prison. He'll be fine.
No, not that
And
song.
what's so bad about that?
That's the Sesame Street song. The Lemonade
I have
song.
no
Duck with
idea what's going
The
on.
grapes.
No, neither do I. It's fine. Yeah.
She's got it. She's found the Sesame Street song.
Yay!
What's the other one called? The Lemonade song. Ginger Nation says, I'd hide it behind me and do the rolling motion thing for 48 hours. Who would you do the rolling motion thing on?
Shush.
Sarcastic Barman says, a duck rolls up to the lemonade store and he says to the man running the store, hey, got any grapes? That's the song. Thank you.
See, I thought that was just a joke. I didn't think that was an actual song.
Yeah. Think I can get away with playing that? No, probably not.
Totally gonna make it my camera now. She don't have a choice.
Sarah.
Hmm?
Where would you hide it?
I told you I'm not telling you because they'll know.
She
Because
said
they'll
it
know.
like 7
I know.
times, Dave.
He thinks I'm going to change my mind and tell him where
No,
I'm
he
going to hide it.
literally just forgot what he said a minute ago. So
Back.
That's probably also an option, yeah.
Could I just tell you, could I just tell the FBI that the rubber duck is in fact a scientist from Harvard University that's trying to establish whether the Earth is global or flat?
I just don't. Ox.
Didn't I answer that one?
I've completely forgotten.
I was going to wrap it in Hamburg, throw it to the gator.
Oh, you did. That was a good answer.
Keep up, Dave. Keep up.
Sarcastic Barman says, if you've got 48 hours, melt it and turn it into a dildo.
Why do you need 48 hours?
Wrong kind of plastic.
Maybe for shipping.
Yeah,
Why
there you go.
would you ship it if you see you're doing it in your home?
Well, no, I meant like shifting for like the mold to, make.
Oh, okay.
FBI Badger says, I have to get close to the microphone because he's shouting. The FBI knows it's flat and they're onto it. Oh, turn it up just a fraction.
That's enough of that.
If you're not, I can't believe people don't know that.
Badger.
Mushroom. Right, next question.
It's okay.
Copyright.
Neither did I answer or you, so that's fine.
Or me.
What's your answer? What? You did answer.
Right,
You were
Dave.
asleep, but you answered.
No, I didn't.
I
not
didn't answer
you.
either.
Jenny, you did.
I did? What did I answer?
You were completely confused and asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, since
That's
I'm
not
only
an
confused
answer,
now,
Dave.
Well, Jenny, where would you hide it now?
Mount Kilauea.
That's not in your house.
Oh, it has
As
to
far
be-
as you know.
I guess in my space heater.
In your space heater. Would it
Yeah.
not melt?
Yep.
Yes. Melted duck in the space heater. Manda.
Hey, you never said if we could destroy it or not, so why
Well-
not just destroy it?
Well, this is the issue with oxes. He's feeding it to the gators. And I said we can't exactly get it back. You're not meant to. You're meant to be able to recover it.
I
if
still
you've
like
got
the
an
idea of
interesting-
putting it with 10,000 other ducks.
Well,
Yes.
I would think that a gator could pass a little rubber ducky.
I've only got 40.
They just shit it out after a while.
If I've only got
Answer the
48,
question, Dave. You answer.
Just wait, Jeff.
if you've only got 48 hours to hide it, you better get up at the crack of dawn. Sorry, I'm
Really hard to stop that. Oh, God. Dave, just answer.
I've no idea.
Jesus.
I have no idea. It's not an answer.
You make me think about it. I haven't thought about it. I didn't think.
Was it Dave?
Why are you so
Don't
awake
think
today?
about the fucking questions on your fucking.
Dave, you
Was
should know by now that if you're going to have Amanda on the show, you
I
need
should
to
answer
think
the
about the
question.
goddamn questions.
Yes.
And what? Since we're talking about ducks, why does Mickey Mouse get to wear pants and Donald Duck doesn't?
Because Mickey Mouse is
Mickey
a
Mouse
pervert
has a bigger
and he
dick.
needs to be restrained.
I don't know. Ducks got pretty big dicks, and it's coiled.
Was it a? So why is the FBI after the duck? Is it a robber duck?
Yes.
No.
Doorknob Head.
Oh, no, it's horrible.
Doorknob Head
Hilarious.
said that quacked him up. I think I would hide it in our secret wall. We have 2 secret walls. We have 3, but one of them's open.
See, now whenever the FBI comes to your houses, they're going to know where the duck is at anyway.
We lived here
so.
for 10 years before we worked out we had a secret wall.
The FBI has no jurisdiction in.
Oh, well, the
stuff
FBI
anyway.
was just because the person that
Well,
wrote
yeah,
the
that's
question
true.
was American. We're assuming it's the local authorities.
So Dave has a secret dungeon behind a fake wall.
No,
Dude.
what it is,
Hot.
what it is the people that put the kitchen in before we moved in are lazy. So as opposed to working around an old chimney stack that was in the room, or removing the chimney stack, which is what they should have done.
Yeah.
They just put a false wall on either side. So there's two large chunks, and the house is quite big, so the chimneys are quite big. It's like 2 foot out by 4 or 5 foot wide on each side of the chimney that they've just enclosed.
Well, do you own the house?
Yes.
So when are you taking the chimney down?
We'd have to redo the entire kitchen. If we were to redo the kitchen, we would.
Lazy.
No. I'm going
Dave's
to
calling the other
regret,
people lazy. Now he is over being fucking
I'm
lazy.
going to
Yeah, no
regret
kidding.
saying this because it's Dave's channel, but there is another YouTube channel called Mossy Bottom.
What?
And it's a guy from England who moved over to the middle of nowhere in Ireland, where there's this little cottage from the 1800s or whatever. And he was doing it up, Dave. He's living in a caravan at the minute, but he found a secret wall, and there was a pair of glasses and a few other things. And he looked into it. It's like an old ritual. When someone dies, they hide their things in the wall.
Interesting.
Mm.
I was going to say it sounded like an American contractor did the work.
That is true. That's what it does sound like.
Yeah. Right.
Okay,
next
Dave.
question.
Next question.
Oh. Question. 1467. If you could anonymously and safely destroy any one person's reputation online through various postings, would you? If so, who and why?
To be honest, I don't think there's anyone's reputation I'd want us destroyed that isn't capable of doing that to them fucking selves.
Who do you hate most on the internet and want to destroy? Can I have the name and the reason, please?
Yes.
Okay, just clarifying. Dave is my answer, and the reason being for making me answer this question.
But are you
I was gonna say Dave just because he's a cunt.
That's 2 votes for Dave.
Are we just all going to agree on Dave, basically?
Yeah,
Ever again says no, there is no one I never want to hurt like that.
Dave ignores it.
Yandiri, I'll get back to it in a minute. Yandiri says Dave because he likes balls. Amanda likes balls too.
But Amanda has boobs.
This is.
I do.
But this is like it's like it's the thing to me. Anyone who I would feel they're more than capable of doing that to themselves. Anyway.
No, Jeff keeps cutting out.
All right, I have a real answer. While Jeff continues to cut out.
Hold on, let me try to.
Jeff's coming out.
Cut out. I would say McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
Something that would turn his base completely against him because he's just dangerous. And
what exactly that? I'm not
something
convinced.
like he paid for a bunch of abortions, or that he likes little boys or something like that. I don't know. Something that would actually turn his base against him.
Oh, we're supposed to come up with how we would do it also?
I can't remember. What the hell was the question?
Rumors.
Who and why? Not how.
Who and why? That's what I thought.
Kevin Sorbo, because he's a turd muncher. I think that's very insulting to turd munchers.
I would pick J.K. Rowling because she's a lying sack of bitch.
That's a new one. I've never heard one sack of bitch.
Hasn't she kind of destroyed her own reputation, though?
No, not nearly.
Not completely yet. People still like her.
Dogs. I'm joking. Dog says Greg Locke because he's a fuck-brained nincompoop.
Oh, and that's how you
again,
do it.
Dog. You're being very polite to fuck-brained nincompoops.
Get Greg Locke and J.K. Rowling to hook up.
Sadie
Please no,
says,
they might make babies.
I was just about to say, Locke. Never again says, I might be stuck on the old rule that never works. Don't do to others what you'd like to avoid. Yeah. Tusk says, probably myself. You want to ruin your reputation? I'm sure you could manage that.
I've done mine a couple times.
Ox.
I'm trying to think. One person? Nah. There's a group. I'd love to tear into.
Fair enough. Which group?
The internet's a hard place anyway, and you'd really have to do some work to ruin somebody.
Yeah.
But one single person, nah, it ain't worth it to me.
Yeah. Port Granny says, don't hate anyone to do that, but I'm open to ideas.
There
I think she's honest.
I've said it before, that anyone I'd be inclined to, they're going to do it to themselves sooner or later anyway, so I don't need to fucking bother.
Sarah?
Mine would be Kellyanne Conway. So hopefully she can lose the thing to, her daughter's trying to make herself where she's an emancipated youth, and she was declined that, and she's fucking abusive to that kid.
I think there's a thing going of we all hate Republicans.
Except for Dave. Dave's not a Republican, but we all hate him.
Amanda.
I said McConnell.
Is there anyone?
Yes, she did.
Robbie.
What? No.
You questioned the question. You said
my answer was you.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, no. This I clarified the question and then went, "Yep, gonna say you for making me answer this question."
See, I'm going to answer it in a very obscure way.
Wait, you didn't say how though, Robbie.
No, not how. Why?
Sorry,
Why?
go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. I'm going to say tryst, and I've already done it.
So that's why I can't get past 2006. Thanks, Dave.
Long time ago. It was something mostly aimed at Kaz.
No.
Right. After I've done it, I think. No, I'm not going to say how many times I've done it. They've all deserved it. They've all deserved it.
Gone, by the way.
What?
Further proof that Dave is a troll.
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Sorry. I was wrong.
What?
No, it's fine. It was my phone. Oh, bad.
Scared me to death. Right. Penultimate question.
Thank you.
I keep forgetting I shouldn't say that when you're here.
You have to say it when I'm here.
There you go. Never again says, never attack a hacker's partner or family. One will regret it. Yes. Yes, they will. Right. Question 1468. How would you react if you learned that a sad and beautiful poem or song that touched you deeply had been written by a computer?
It's a good computer. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I've been way impressed at the algorithm.
Fucking A.
It would annoy me for probably about an hour or two.
It wouldn't change how you feel about the music or the poem?
No,
Nope.
It would take me an hour or two to process the fact that it doesn't change the fact of how it made me feel.
But
I couldn't say straight away I wouldn't care. That would be no. I would find out for fuck's sake, and then think about it, and then realization. And, yeah.
I wouldn't. I might be relieved to find out it was written by a computer, because then there's no chance of the computer like lots sometime later turning out to be a complete fucking arsehole and you feel bad about liking their fucking art.
I can tell if you get a computer smart enough to write that kind of song that you're going to have an asshole on your hands eventually.
Spooky says I would be surprised. See, will it not bother you that the emotions that it made you feel, you know that it can never have felt them?
No.
No, because an algorithm is designed specifically, if it was doing that, would go right this, that, and the other, affects people in this, that, and the other way.
Go on,
whether it can feel them or not.
Even actual art, you can, a person has done, you can interpret it and get something from it totally different from what the artist was trying to convey anyway.
Yep, very true.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ox.
Most songs that people like, you don't know who wrote them anyway, unless you check into it.
Exactly. So what's it matter?
If a song or a poem or words affect you in a good way, it doesn't really matter who wrote them.
But does knowing that a person, not any particular person, but does knowing that a person felt those emotions, that is describing those emotions, do you not have empathy with that person when they're describing how they felt when something horrible happened? And you can think, I'm not the only person in the world that feels this, that has felt this.
Unless they're writing a song on something that never actually happened, but just put together the events and feelings.
Honestly, I grew up on country music, so half the stuff that the country music singers sing about, none of them fucking experienced that. Half of them were never ever broke. Half of them never ever had a divorce or had their dog killed or their truck repoed. So I'm used to that. So I just learned to disconnect because I don't give a shit who wrote the song. Honestly, I just like the song.
It's like a lot of the rappers who go on about the fucking gangster shit, have never been anywhere near it.
Yeah, and saying that though, right? I don't, when I use music or listen to music or use music to portray, it's using music and using lyrics to express or say what I can't say. Yeah. So whether the computer came up with it or whether a human came up with it or whether they experienced it themselves, it's saying what I want to say in a better way.
Computer programs are wrote by people anyway, so in the simplest form, it comes from a human.
Oh no, I'm not disputing that, but no one that felt that emotion, no one that in saying those words, the computer has put those words together without understanding that emotion.
How is this any different than knowing that Boston Dynamics can now dance better than I could ever even dream of dancing? Did you see those computers, those robots dance?
The robots are so adorable.
But they were basically completely choreographed.
Well, yeah, but humans choreograph themselves as well.
Yes. I don't know. Amanda?
What was the question?
How would you react if you learned that a sad and beautiful poem or song that touched you deeply had been written by a computer?
It would be disappointing, but I mean, it wouldn't change how it makes me feel or the words itself. So,
yeah.
That's about it.
Time process.
Entirely.
This is why you get a lot of. This is the good thing about if it's a poem, you see, because most of them are attributed to Anonymous anyway.
No, but now you know that they are it is a person that wrote them. Is the point? It doesn't matter.
Do you?
Well, you do. Yes, you do. And then, until now, yes. No, any poem written prior to about 10 years ago, was written by a person. Now they might have been picking words out randomly to write a poem, but it was written by a person.
Yeah, but what matters, the person that wrote it or what was written?
Oh, well, potentially both in terms of the connection. I don't disagree with you. What MathPig said first is right. What MathPig said at the very start was how that poem makes you feel how the words make you feel, you cannot take anything away from that by it being written by a computer. What you can take away is a connection and an empathy with the author. Yeah, because you know the author can never have experienced it. And Jenny is right that there are people that write things now that you know that can't have experienced things. I was going to give Ben-Hur is a perfect example. That was written by someone in the that didn't do. And you know, in my head, it's Ben-Hur written by the person that signed someone's death warrant, someone famous's death warrant.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Right, but the point is, he knew nothing about Roman. I've forgotten what Ben-Hur's about now. Roman centurions, the Roman games. There's very little about it, and he wrote this book. Say again.
Was his name Lew Wallace?
Lew Wallace, yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Lew Wallace?
Lew Wallace, yeah. He was the Union General in the U.S. Civil War.
But he knew nothing about the time about the book. About Ben-Hur, he knew basically nothing. He wrote this great book, but he didn't. You can't read it thinking that this person understood the time.
Yeah.
He can still write a good book.
You know, this is no different than the question everybody's facing nowadays about do we culturally cancel said person because we found out they wrote the N-word 150 years ago. You know, it's the same feeling. You know, our illusions have been shattered. So what? Get on with it. It's what happens tomorrow that matters, not the past.
Excellent. Right. I think we should go on to our last question. Question 1469.
Spatula.
No. Question. Question. Question 1469. Would you rather have a forked tongue or have to wear bright orange earmuffs for the rest of your life?
Oh, I go with
forked tongue. That's not even a difficult one.
Hi. Your mother is in the chat, honey.
Hi, Amanda.
I'll go with forked tongue. My tongue's almost kind of, slightly forked at the tip because they had to do remove a tumor from it when I was younger. So why the fuck not? Woohoo!
I'm already cut. Just slice it all the way.
Slim seems to be okay with his, so
yeah, I'll
go for a tongue.
Ox.
Imagine what you could do with it, though. I mean, sexually and stuff. Damn.
Everyone's head was already there.
My mind. Never thought of that.
Ox.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice and not make the entire show about sex, but no.
It's Dave's channel. The entire channel is based around moving on.
The entire channel is based around moving on. Gotcha.
Yeah. Ox! What's your answer?
I would have to go with the forked tongue. The mirror must get awful warm in the summer.
Chad says muffs. People make too much noise. Lone Wanderer says earmuffs. Tusk says easy. I've split my tongue twice and we'll do it again soon. Yandiri says a forked tongue is cool. Dog says this is a Dear Jeff question. Never.
I want to know if you fork your tongue, can you move each side independently?
Can I change my things to earmuffs so I don't have to hear any more of these stupid fucking questions?
That's the last one anyway.
Never Again says the tongue will heal.
I mean the Dear Jeff shit.
Yes.
Yep.
He can ask loads more Dear Jeffs before we get to the end of this question.
At least the Dear Jeff, they get your honest opinion and your honest answer. Fucking Nerdy and Sammy have ran off with 2 books of fan fiction, man. I had no control over that.
Jenny, the answer to your question is yes. You can control both sides of the tongue.
Yes.
Cool.
Check out Slim Cyborg one time.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking.
Demonstrated it. A tongue will heal. The earmuffs will cut out sound. I depend on sound. Dog says, a forked tongue and the ability to breathe through my ears. We're not giving you a superpower. Sadie says, I'd rather keep my piercing.
So get one on each side.
One on each side.
I'd do that.
Manta.
Depends what piercing you're on about there. Tongue piercing or an ear piercing.
Manda. Why'd you go tongue or ear? There are other things there are pairs of.
The tongue. Yes.
The tongue.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
Pork Granny says the tongue. We know what she's up
not
for.
the answering tongue.
Pork Granny answered tongue. We know what she's up for.
She's not the answering this question.
Sadie says tongue.
Your answer.
Yeah, you've already told her that how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was going to bed. Okay.
I specifically said, as you were telling me about your new forked tongue, you know your mom's still in the chat, right?
No, I wasn't listening to that. I was thinking about my new forked tongue.
Right. So did everyone go tongue apart from Jeff?
No, I said tongue.
You changed your answer.
Your mom is really Jeff?
I changed it again.
Kenny. My mother is Pork Granny.
Does she know about that thing you did with the dog?
No.
No, but she did hear about the one with the goat.
Well, it was similar.
Angel. Jesus fucking Christ. Dave.
Yeah.
Answer.
Answer.
You know I'm frustrated with you when I call you Angel.
I will go with the forked tongue.
Yeah, go figure.
You figure. I quite like the idea of the orange earmuff.
That's nice to end on a consensus, isn't it?
It is.
I was thinking of changing mine, wondering if I could change the color of the earmuffs.
No. Jenny wants to change the color of her muff.
What if they faded from the sun?
No, they wouldn't. They're magic.
Fade proof.
I'd be more worried about them going brittle. The FBI will turn up with a new pair the day after.
They're looking for the duck.
They're looking for the duck.
This is connected to the duck, isn't it?
The FBI is involved in this?
Yes. Apparently the FBI is involved, so this is connected to that damn duck.
Apparently they've got nothing better to do than going searching for a rubber duck right now.
Yeah.
That's a special rubber duck, though.
Or splitting people's tongues.
Apparently is the FBI responsible for the tongue and the earmuffs, or is it just for the?
I think they can be responsible for both.
There is one more question, though. You do have to ask.
What's that?
Well, it was Ox's first time. Was it as good for him as it was for us?
For some reason, I feel so left out.
It's a good thing.
No, it was cool. It's a first. It's cool.
Unfortunately, with our panels, you have to kind of get a bit of talking over people. I
can wait my turn.
You'll be waiting a long time.
Yeah, for a lot of these, you'll be waiting a very long time, darling.
Never known you to hold back on what you want to say, Ox.
Yeah, I know.
The chat thinks you were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was very sure.
Yeah.
Make sure to
Well,
tell
your
him
chat's got a lot of damn good people in it.
It does.
Chat, not the panel, just the chat.
Sucks.
Well, the panel, that's to be expected.
Fuck the chat.
What did the chat do this time?
There's some very cute people in the chat. She's got ideas.
Woohoo, orgy.
Right. Should we still say good night?
No, we won't.
We will. We're going to say. What are you pointing at?
Shill. I'm pointing at the mic.
I'm about to shill.
What does the mic have to do with shilling?
Voice, mic.
Voice, mic. Right.
Okay.
We'll do shilling. Right. Jenny. Go
What?
and shill.
No, I got nothing to say.
Got nothing to say.
No.
Jeff.
Right. Thursday afternoon. I'm guessing it'd be about 3:30 UK time. I'm going to do another Twitter stream. After giving it some consideration, I think I'm going to dive into the horrible world of turf Twitter this week and have a look through the LGB Alliance.
That'll be fun.
So,
Ooh,
yeah,
fun.
I don't think that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a few people wanting to rant on that one, I think.
Depends on your definition of fun, then.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, it could be interesting. I'll say that right much. So I've already had a few volunteers for that one.
I'll bet.
I'll probably be on that one. Hopefully be on that one.
If I get many more, Dave, I'll have to borrow your StreamYards again.
Get Katie in.
I don't know. I don't know her. So.
Can ask her.
Yeah. Okay.
Schedule a stream, and I will poke her. Sarah.
I just hit 80 followers on my channel.
Her link's in the description. Go and subscribe. Get it to 100.
Yes.
Ox.
I don't do much, so I would just whatever everybody else says.
Ox does loads of stuff. Subscribe to Ox.
I don't do much. I'm more of a viewer.
Videos that are very well edited and have a little every now and again in them.
Manda.
Thing tomorrow night.
Yeah, someone else is going to shill that.
Nothing.
Nothing. Robbie, you got anything on?
No. No, tomorrow we have on my channel, over on the Mathpig channel, we have Brainbug. We have Brainbug versus Untangelo on whether God is necessary for existence. We've given an hour and a half. I don't know if it's going to last that long. It should be fun. It should be fun. And Thursday, I'm really excited, is My Name is Landing on Mars. I'm going to do a live stream at 7:30, 2:30 for Eastern Standard folk. And we've got 6 slots. I think there's like 2 left if anyone wants to join. And we're going to watch the Mars landing live and have a wee talk about what it is and what's going on. And I don't know why the astrophysicist is rolling her eyes.
Did you walk in the room? I was looking up at him.
Oh, that's all right. Give your son shit. Fine. Don't give me shit.
Is the Welsh astrophysicist coming out? The name has gone completely from my mind.
The Welsh astrophysicist?
Yes.
Who's the Welsh?
You asked her on Twitter.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie, that's her name.
Yeah, she didn't text back. She didn't DM me or anything or whatever. But that would be interesting. Yeah.
Excellent. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun.
We're taking bets now. Shut up. We're taking bets now on whether or not his name's going to blow up. I think it's going to hit the surface and just fucking poof. Nice big crater you're going to have that I'll be able to call the Mathpig crater.
We can start a petition. Is it named by and get a whole Twitter thing going? Make it viral, fuckers. Yeah. Chad, if you know Charlie, ask Charlie. Yeah. I just mentioned it in passing, but definitely should be fun. The more actual people that know about what we're actually talking about that can help me save.
Oh, you've broken your camera. There are 2 of you. Right, on that note, I'm going to say thank you to Amanda, to Sarah.
You're welcome.
To Jeff.
Oh, hi.
To Jenny. To Mathpig. And especially to Ox.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey, thanks for having me. This was
You've
fun.
been a blast. I hope you come back again soon, and I definitely hope you turn up to the after party tomorrow. And thank you to everyone in the audience. I think the next show will probably be next Tuesday, with everything that's going on. Other than that, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Peace, everybody.